everyone. This video is how I went from $0, probably negative dollars, and bad credit to a high net worth of over $250,000, pretty much $250,000 on the low end, $500,000 on the high end. It started with me realizing that credit is a scam. Credit is a scam. You don't need to build credit. They teach building credit to stupid people. They teach building credit to stupid people. The rich teach their offsprings to build wealth, to build assets. Okay? Build assets. The difference between building assets and building credit is this. If you have two people and you have one person that they have no money, no nothing. They just have great credibility in paying back their debt. They always pay back their debt, but they have no assets. And they come to you and they want to borrow from you. Okay? They want to say they want to borrow some salt, sugar, some cows, all of that from you. Let me borrow it, right? They have no way of collateralizing what they're going to borrow from you. So basically, if they borrow it from you, okay, and they lose it, they have no way of paying you back. Okay, that's credit. That's credit. All right, straight up credit. Then you have another person, they have some land and they say, friend, I need to borrow some sugar, some salt, some of your cows, and some of your tools. If I lose your tools, your sugar, your salt, your cows, if I lose them or don't pay them back, I will give you my land. I will give you my land. Okay? Who are you going to lend to? Who would you rather lend to? Would you rather lend to the one that has nothing to pay you back with if they lose it all? Or would you rather lend to the one that will give you the land if they lose it all? See, they teach stupid people to build credit. Don't worry about assets. Just build your credit. Just build your credit. Don't worry about assets. Your greatest asset is a house you got to pay 30 years for. All right. But they teach their offsprings, their loved ones, their family members buy assets. See, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, all these super rich guys, they don't even borrow money. People think that they just borrow money. No, they leverage their assets. If Elon Musk, like when he bought X or Twitter the other day, he didn't say, hey, let me go borrow some money. No, he went somewhere or to whoever and he said, hey, I'm Elon Musk. I own Tesla. This is what my stocks are worth. Let me borrow $50 million or $50 billion, pretty much of my own money, because if I don't pay you back, you can have these shares in Tesla. Okay, this is another way they don't pay personal taxes because they don't earn money. They borrow money from their assets. Okay, they borrow money from their assets, but that's another video. All right, the way you grow wealth is not by fixing your credit. I know so many people take their money, $100, $300, $1,000, and spend it on these credit fixing agencies and people. I did it myself. It's usually no good. Nothing comes of it. All it does, if anything, is yes, you build your credit. You're able to borrow 10,000, 100,000, but you have to find something to do with that 10,000. You have to find something to do with that 100,000. You have to find a way to multiply it. Most people don't have a way. That's why so many people got them PPP loans, and now they're going to prison because they don't even have the money to give back. They just blew through the money. They thought they was going to buy a bunch of clothes, shoes, TVs, nice cars, and show off and be rich forever. Very few of those people bought assets. And the assets they bought was a lot of houses, that those houses, you got to pay taxes and maintenance on them houses. I'm going to tell you, like Grant Cardone say, houses are liabilities. You don't want a house. What you want is an income producing property. Okay? If you get a house, it better be income producing. Okay? It better be income producing. Otherwise, you just buying a house and paying off a 30-year mortgage, you're just getting the money back that you put into it. Maybe a little bit more equity. Okay? What I say, you getting back, okay, if you buy a house, you put down 3,000 or 8,000. I say you didn't put down any money, you put down zero, you still got to pay a mortgage. The average mortgage is $1,500 a month. You paying light bill, water bill, cable, all of this type of stuff, right? You gotta average about $2,000 a month times 24. That's $24,000 you putting out. $24,000. Okay, over 4 years, that's almost $100,000. That's $96,000 over 4 years. Okay, so people saying that, oh, I only own a house 4 or 5 years and I have $100,000 equity. That's not really true. Now, if you have $200,000 equity, minus the $100,000 you put into the house, now you have $100,000 equity. All right. You have to minus what you've been putting into the house. Okay. You have to minus that. All right. What you want to do is you want to put your money in land. Land is the real asset. Land is the real asset nobody is telling you about. What's up, Peter? They don't promote, they're not going to promote anything that is truth. Okay? They're going to promote nothing but lies. They're going to promote things that make them money. Excuse me. You paying a 30-year mortgage, paying interest for 30 years, that's making them money. You building a good credit score and going out and getting credit cards from Home Depot, Lowe's, Macy's, Burdines, you taking the credit cards, Visa, MasterCard, and buying jewelry, clothes, shoes, food. You got to pay interest on that money. That's making them money. That's not making you money. You want to put your money where it's going to make you money. You want to put your money in assets, land, even stocks, cryptocurrency, but I strongly believe in land. That's going to make you money. I don't need good credit. I just need strong assets that I can take anywhere and say, hey, I own this land over here. It's worth 2,500 or 25,000. I want to borrow 500 or 1,000 or 10,000. Okay? Anybody in their right mind is going to loan me the money. It does not matter my credit. If I don't pay them back, they are simply going to take the asset. Okay? It does. Matter of fact, they be praying that I don't pay them back. Okay? They be praying that I don't pay them back, because if I got a $10,000 asset, I only borrowed $2,500, and over the period of me borrowing that money, that $10,000 asset become $15,000 or $20,000, and they only paid me $2,500 for it. They're praying I don't pay that money back. Okay? Wouldn't you agree the majority of people want to live in a house, not on a land? Yes, because they're stupid. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's the brainwashing. That is the brainwashing. Okay? The brainwashing is that, see, the only ones got it right is the Amish. They're the only ones got it right. They buy the land, they live in their wagons while they build their house. Okay? The average person out here, they say, get a job, buy this $300,000 house, pay it back to us over 30 years. Over 30 years, you done paid $900,000. You bought one house for yourself and 2 houses for the bank. All right? Now imagine 80-90% of people doing this. This is why the banks get richer and average people stay average or get poor. Now that $300,000 house, may be $900,000 in 30 years, but you got your medical bills. You're old now. Now you got to take that house, put it up for collateral to be able to live in a nursing home. My wife is a nurse. All these nursing homes is filled up with people that own assets but can't even enjoy their homes anymore. They live in a nursing home. They can't live in their home anymore. And their offsprings and family members fighting over the house and then sold the house. Unless a house is making you money, it's a liability. Now I understand you want flushing toilets and all this type of wonderful things, but unless you build a house or pay cash for the house, it's a liability. It is a liability. You got to pay insurance. You got to pay taxes on this big ass house that you don't even be in most of the time. Most of the time you are at work. Most of the time you work 8 hours a day. It take an hour, 2 hours to get to work, an hour, 2 hours to get back. So that's 10 to 12 hours out your day gone. Then you spending time out partying at church, your religious organization, going to the store, picking your babies up from school, dropping them from school, spending the night at your boyfriend, girlfriend house. Nobody's ever home. Nobody's ever home. Okay? What's the point? Just to flush a toilet? Just to say you have this big old house? I'm telling you, unless the house is making you money, it is a liability. Banks don't want no ownership in houses. They only want interest in you paying interest. The idea is own nothing but land and control everything. Okay? That is the idea. Supply and demand, yes, you can't make more land, but the house is the demand. Yes, it's the demand because people stupid. I'm not saying you can't make more money on a house, but I'm not saying you can't make money on a house, but I'm just saying people stupid. It's just like Jordan shoes or any whatever fashion. Everybody know buying clothes and shoes is stupid, but everybody still do it. Buying fancy clothes and shoes is stupid, but everybody still do it. I'm not saying don't go buy 100 Jordan shoes to go sell them. Absolutely. If you could buy 100 Jordan shoes at $10 a piece and go sell them for $100 a piece, go do it because people are that stupid. Okay. If you're doing it for business, then do it. Like I say, go buy you houses as long as you're renting the houses out. But don't go buy or you have so much money like the super rich that you could buy houses and just let them sit because you need somewhere to park your money. But I'm talking about people that they're starting out with these big fancy houses, 30-year mortgages. Okay. They can't barely afford the house. Be honest with you. If they lose their job, they could probably only pay for the house for 6 months or 3 months. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. I agree. A 30-year mortgage or paying more than $100,000 for a house is crazy, but that's the system they set up. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the system. That's the system they set up. I'm not saying that the system doesn't work. The system absolutely works to make money. It's a capitalistic system, but that's because people are stupid. People are stupid. You want to be rich? I just saw a video. You want to be rich? Lie to people who want to be lied to. You want to be average? Tell the truth. Excuse me. If you want to be poor, tell the truth to people who want to be lied to. If you want to be poor, tell the truth to people who want to be lied to. Okay? That's why I don't have 100,000 subscribers, because I tell the truth. And most people don't want to hear the truth. They want to be lied to. If I get on here, start talking about, man, fix y'all credit, buy these houses, man. Look at these beautiful houses. I start showing beautiful houses and fancy cars, man. I have 100,000 subscribers, like everybody else that's doing it. But because I'm telling people to buy land, and that's where the real asset is, And that's where the real power is. And that's why I can sit around the house all day and not have to do shit, because I have um tenants paying me, and I have assets paying me. They don't want to hear that. People want to hear, oh man, I gotta go fix these toilets that they want to hear the drama. I gotta go fix these toilets that these tenants messed up, and I gotta go evict 5 tenants because they almost burnt down the house, and I gotta go. They want to hear the drama. Nobody want to hear, I rented my land out last night to some campers, and they had a beautiful night, and they paid me $30 and they left. No, it's boring. Nobody want to hear that. Okay. And I had 10 campers for the night, so I made $300 for the night. And all they did was rented my land. Nobody want to hear that. Okay. It's boring. I'm a handyman and a very small time investor, so I love watching your stuff. Yeah, I know, Peter. You've been watching me for years. The average person that rents out a house, they only profit about $300 a month after they pay their mortgage, after they pay maintenance and everything like that, insurance. They only profit about $300 a month, if that. If that. Okay? If that. I'm telling you where the real money is. I'm telling you the real money is. The real money is in the land. That is where the real money is. Okay? That is where the real money is. Anyhow, the way I did it was I bought my first piece of land with $350 down. Fortunately for me, the equity went up tremendously in 3 to 6 months. Real equity, because I bought it for $9,000 with $350 down, owner financing, and somebody offered me $16,000. All right. At the end of the day, I walked away with about 4,500. I took that 4,500, and fortunately, I invested in Bitcoin for 700 and made $17,000 within a year. 2017, I took that money, bought more land, a house, different things. My land investments have been outperforming my house investments tremendously, tremendously. Okay, tremendously. I have to keep putting money in the house, keep putting money in the house, keep putting money in the house. I've literally not really had a penny from my house investments since 2017 put in my pocket. But my land investments, that's pure profit. That's pure money. Pure profit, pure money, minus my taxes, minus them picking up the trash. That's pure profit, minus me cutting the grass. Taxes, trash, cutting the grass. I don't have a light bill. I don't have a water bill. Nothing else. It's pure profit I'm making on my land. Pure profit. Fam, I've been a landlord for 15 years. Almost no cash flow. I'm telling you. No, very hard to borrow, and very hard to borrow against a rental property. Yep. But the gain are all in tax advantage and equity. Yes, you get tax advantages and equity. That's the gain. Um, Rental house made me wealthy on paper, but probably more broke on a month to month. Exactly. Exactly. Right now, if all houses became worth nothing and people actually woke up and saw the real values in the land, all these houses will be worth nothing. Everybody, land prices will be going through the roof. But because people value houses more than they value land, house prices will always go up because people want to live comfortably. Okay. I'm not saying not to invest in houses, but the money you're actually making as a landlord on houses is really not there like most people claim it's there. What people are doing is they're buying houses, they're renovating the houses, they're selling the houses or refinancing the houses, and they're taking that money and they're putting it in their pocket, okay? And they're making the tenants pay off the mortgage. That is how you make money being a landlord with houses, okay? You buy a house for 100,000, for example. You put another 100,000 in it. You sell the house for 300,000. That $100,000 difference you put in your pocket. Now you have $100,000. You could go buy a car, another house, vacation, whatever you want to do. The bank now have a problem because the bank gave you 300,000. You took 200,000, paid off the loans. You put 100,000 in your pocket cash. The bank is the one that has a liability of hoping the tenant pay back this 300,000, not you. You got your cash in your pocket. That's how real money is made in real estate from landlords. When landlords get that money from the tenant, they pay back the loan. Landlords don't really make money off the month to month like they tell you. They make money when they sell a house and put that 100,000 in their pocket, maybe end up with 60,000 after taxes, or when they refinance the house. Okay, and then they keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. You do it 10 times. Every time you profit $100,000, that's $1,000,000. And then they take that $1,000,000, they put it in something like the stock market, cryptocurrency. That's how real landlords make money. That's how real landlords make money. And the bank is happy because the bank say, well, this landlord gave me an asset that I can make interest on. Basically, the bank is happy because somebody's paying the mortgage. So that the tenant, if the tenant's there 30 years, and you have a lot of people that have been renting for 30 years, right? 20, 30 years, the tenant done bought the bank your house plus two more houses. Okay. The tenant bought you a house, and the tenant bought a bank two houses. So everybody's happy except the tenant. The only thing the tenant is happy about is they had somewhere to live for 20, 30 years. Okay? Everybody's happy. That's how money is made as a landlord in real estate. Okay? But you can do the same thing with land. You can do the exact same thing with land without having to qualify for these loans. Matter of fact, I show people how to get the land, do a few things to it, sell it, make a profit, take that money. If you want, you could go buy a house or more land, or take that money, or take $500, $1,000, $350. Take that money, buy your piece of land, pay off the loan, own the land free and clear, leverage the land to build a house. Okay, sell that house or the property. Now it's considered a real property because it's the land and the house is called real property. Land is land, a house is a house. The land plus the house is property, real property. Okay, you sell that, you make 100,000, 50,000, 150,000, whatever, and then go do what you want to do with that money. Okay, I use that model, or I'm starting to use that model, but the model I've been using since 2017, actually since 2020, is just buy the land, rent the land to campers, get the residual income, use that residual income to live off of and pay off your loan for your land. Okay. My situation is where I'm a minimalist. It don't cost me a lot to live. That's your oatmeal right there too, babe. It don't cost me a lot to live. That's my situation. Some people, they have to have the BMW, they have to have the Mercedes, they have to have the fancy purses and all that type of stuff. Y'all see me all the time, just a t-shirt. This ain't no real silver, $10 glasses. I cut my own hair. You know, me and my wife, me and my woman, we minimalistic. Okay. The bank makes money on the month to month. Yeah, it's the bank. Refinance is a scam. Yeah, it is a scam. People keep refinancing. But again, when you pulling that money out, that's where you make your money as a landlord, and you go buy another house and put some of that money in your pocket. I'm be honest with you. You being able to pull that money out, you technically scamming the bank. And in the bank, you and the bank scamming the tenant. But the tenant agrees to be scammed. The bank agrees to be scammed from you. The bank is giving you the money because think about it. The bank, you refinance, you put $50,000 out, all the equity out, the house burned down. The insurance gonna pay off the bank. The bank ain't worried about it. But let's say you don't have insurance. This is why when you buy a house or refinance a house, the bank makes sure you have insurance. If you stop paying your insurance, the bank pays the insurance for you. The bank ain't playing about that insurance. If you stop paying your mortgage, the bank is going to do two things. They're going to make sure that insurance is paid and the taxes are paid. That's why most times when you have a mortgage, you're really not paying the taxes and insurance. The bank is paying the taxes and insurance, and you're paying the bank back every month. The bank is the bank is automatically paying the taxes and insurance, especially the insurance. It's called PITI, principal, interest, taxes, insurance. All right. But a lot of times people refinance, um, they stop paying insurance, they stop paying everything, they take the money and blow it. The house burned down, tear up, and the bank lose their money. So the bank got to sit on that property till an equity build or do a short sale on that property. It happens a lot of times. Cash is king. Cash is king. Always remember that. Whenever, Donald Trump had a situation, I think he owed China 300 million, and they say, aren't you worried about paying China back the 300 million? He's like, for what? I have the 300 million. They have a problem. They have to pray I pay them back the 300 million. I don't have a problem. They have a problem. Okay. Cash is king. All right. But these banks make so much interest off stupid people, okay, that if 2-3 people or even 10% of the people default, even if 30% of people default, the bank don't care. The other 70% of people done bought 2 houses for the bank. Get into it. If I refi, bank is the real landlord. Get into it. If I refi, my mortgage goes up, not the rent. Might not cover the mortgage, then all I have is a loan I have to pay. That's true. Refinance is like signing a new lease with the real landlord, the bank. Exactly. They are going to raise the rent and keep you paying longer. Yeah. But like I say, long as you have a tenant, you're wonderful. The tenant is paying back that loan. But see, if you keep refinancing and you live in that house, you are the tenant. That's why when you sign your mortgage papers, notice they call you a tenant. And if it's you and whoever, your wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever, husband, son, daughter, they call you tenants in common. When you sign that mortgage paper, notice what it says. The mortgage papers call you a tenant. A tenant. Okay? That's what it says. Ask anybody that have a mortgage. Their mortgage paper, call them a tenant. And everybody on that paper is called a tenant in common or tenant in commerce. All right? So you become the tenant. All right? If you want to be the tenant, that's fine. But I'm telling you, your best bet is to get you some tenants and put in there. Refinance the house, Okay. If you want, I'm not telling you to refinance the house, but if you want to build money fast and if you want to be in that game, okay, if you want to be in that game, you refinance the house or sell the house, and that's how you quickly become a millionaire. All right, that's how you quickly become a millionaire. It's not hard. It's very easy. Especially we have a housing shortage, a housing shortage. But my experience as a landlord is that dealing with regular tenants is a headache. It's nothing but a headache. Okay, it's nothing but a headache. Dealing with guests that just want to rent your land for the night, turning your house into a hotel like an Airbnb is much easier. Much easier. You make way more money and it's much easier. That's my experience. Okay? Some people will tell you, and I guess it depends on your market. It might be easier in some markets or better in some markets to be a straight up landlord than to do Airbnb. And some markets it might be better to do Airbnb or short term rental than to be a regular landlord. So I guess it depends on your market. So it depends on your market. All right. Um, but nevertheless, I do recommend you get land or property. Remember, property is the land plus the house. Okay, I do recommend it. Nevertheless, I've always said it since day one. Only thing is, if you own a house, you live in a house, you pay off the mortgage over 30 years, all you did was get back all the money you put into it. You did not really make any gains. You did not really make any gains. All right. What you want to do is if you want to have a house for yourself, you want to buy the land and build your own house or pay for your house cash. Pay for your house cash. All the houses you're renting, you want to finance those. All the houses you are renting, you want to finance those. Your house that you live in, you want to pay for it cash, have it paid off. Nobody could take it from you. Um, you want to be buried on your land so you don't pay any taxes. Okay, you want a compound. This is how the rich do it. They have a compound and their properties are paid for and paid off. Okay, this is how Grant Cardone does it. Vanilla Ice, all the super rich do it. Where they live, they actually own it. The properties they rent out, the banks own it. And they don't care that the banks own it. That's the bank's problem. When all the real estate crashed in 2008, who was left holding the bag? The banks. And the banks foreclosed on all these landlords. And all those same landlords became landlords again in a year, 2, 3 years. Everybody on YouTube who's been in the game over 20 years tell you the same thing. I lost everything in 2008. The banks foreclosed on me, but I got it right back. I got it right back. Okay? I'm telling you. And their personal house was protected because they got their personal house in a trust, paid off, and owned. Okay? That's what you want to do. Wherever you live, you want it in a trust, paid off, and 100% owned by you. Wherever you're renting out, okay, you don't care. You pull the money out whenever you can, and then you leave the bank holding the bag. And the bank don't care because the bank got insurance. So it's a win-win-win for everyone. Now, me personally, I'm not going to keep refinancing. I want to own the properties and lands that I rent, and I want to own the properties and lands that I live in. That's me personally. But I get if people want to keep refinancing their rental properties and pulling that money out. I get it. I get the Burr method. I have nothing bad to say about the Burr method. Again, with the Burr method, you have the cash. The bank has the liability of praying that the tenants pay rent. Okay? The bank has that liability. Like I said in previous videos, the minute my tenants stop paying rent, the bank could have the damn house. I could care less. The minute my tenants stop paying rent, I'm going to say, okay, let me refinance this motherfucker, pull all the equity out. We got another pandemic coming. These motherfuckers gonna not pay rent. I'm gonna pull the equity out. And if the tenants pay rent, fine. If they don't pay rent, that's on the bank. I don't care. Let them foreclose on me. I wait 2-3 years, file bankruptcy like Donald Trump, file bankruptcy 13 times. I file bankruptcy and start it all over again. That's the game. Bankers play the same game with each other. That's the game. Banks foreclose on banks all the time. Look how many banks done close. Look how many credit unions done close. It's just a game. It's a monopoly game. Burr, yep. Burr method. I'm telling you guys, real estate, land, it's the easiest way. Now, if you have 10,000, 100,000, wonderful credit, you want to right away go buy an apartment building, a triplex, a quadplex, rent it out. I love it, 100%. Do it. I'm talking to people who only have $200, $300, $500 bad credit. This is the way you get into real estate. I'm talking to people who got judgments, liens, old child support, just got out of prison, just got out of jail, want somewhere to live. All you got is $300, $400, $500. Buy you some land. Put your little trailer on your land, a little cabin. I don't care if it's a tent. Live on your land. I lived on my land for months when I first got my land. I lived on my land for months in a tent, and I loved it, to be honest with you. You breathing clean, fresh air. Be honest with you, baby, am I wrong?
No,
but
definitely right.
No, but us living in a house, sometimes we be wheezing at night,
yes.
And it's like we get up and it's like our nose be filled with that hard thing. That's dust.
All that dust in the filters.
That's dust from living in a house. When I'm out on the land living in a tent, that's why I tell you guys all the time, I do not mind living in a tent.
On our land.
On our land. When I live in a tent, when I get up in the rising, my nose is clean. You could smell the fresh air. You could smell the difference in the air. I do not mind living in a tent at all. Even as a millionaire, a billionaire.
Niggas didn't live in houses.
Yeah. You're actually killing yourself when me and my woman really get situated. Most of the time, we're going to probably be in a tent. We're going to have all our house. We're going to have all our belongings inside the house, but we probably rest on a patio. You down with me, baby?
I'm down.
We're going to put our master bedroom going to be on the patio.
I love natural air, natural light.
Natural air, natural light. I'm telling you. Anyhow, that's it. Love you guys. Get in the mastermind. 754-229-0940. I show you guys how to get your own land. Get your own land. $300, $400, $500 down. Get your own land. $300, $400, $500 down. Okay, no credit needed. I don't care if you have judgments, bankruptcy, child support. I don't care what your issue is. I show you how to put your property in a trust. Okay, in a trust. All my students putting their properties in a trust. Okay, 754-229-0940. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Chase Young. Peace to the gods. Love you.